If you just put a used engine computer in your car and the engine cranks but will not start, your car is locked. No, you cannot just plug in a used engine control module and expect it to work, because the security system does not know the new part. Modern cars use a digital handshake to make sure a thief is not trying to start the engine without a key. This system checks for a secret code between the computer and the immobilizer before it allows the fuel injectors or spark plugs to fire. When you buy a used unit from a scrapyard or an eBay seller, that computer is still holding on to the vehicle identification number and the security keys from the donor car. Your car sees that this donor data does not match its own modules, and it blocks the start. You will usually see a flashing security light or a small key icon on your dashboard telling you the car is immobilized. Do not waste your time with simple tricks like turning the key in the door or cycling the locks, because those will not fix a module mismatch. To get your car back on the road, you must perform a professional module initialization. First, you or a mechanic must connect a factory-level diagnostic scan tool or a specialized pass-through device to the vehicle diagnostic port. Second, you must have an active software subscription from the manufacturer to download the correct programming files for your specific vehicle identification number. Third, you use the tool to wipe the old data from the donor car and write your own vehicle identification number onto the board. Finally, you must run an immobilizer relearn, which forces the computer and the security module to exchange new digital encryption keys. If you try to skip these steps, the car will stay dead, and you will just wear out your starter motor or drain your battery for nothing. Some people avoid the software work by buying a matched set of parts from one single donor car. This means swapping the engine computer, the body control module, the immobilizer ring from the steering column, and the physical key fobs, all at the same time. This works because those parts are already programmed to talk to each other, but it is a lot of physical work to take all those panels apart. For most drivers, paying a technician to perform the digital sync is the faster and easier way to fix the problem. You should always make sure your replacement part number is an exact match for your original unit before you pay for any programming. If the numbers are even one digit off, the software might not load, and you will be stuck with a part you cannot use. Once the computer and the immobilizer are finally synced up, that flashing security light on the dash will go out, and the engine should fire right up on the first try. Dealing with these digital locks is now a standard part of fixing any vehicle made in the last 20 years. If your light is still flashing after you finish the relearn, you should check your wiring connections for any loose or bent pins in the plug. This is a common hurdle when you use second-hand parts, but it is solvable if you have the right tools and a little bit of patience. Keep a log of your diagnostic trouble codes to make sure you are moving in the right direction. It takes some time for the software to cooperate, but it is the only way to satisfy the security system. Make sure your battery is fully charged or connected to a charger before you start the programming process, because a drop in voltage can permanently ruin the computer. Once the handshake is complete, the system is happy, and you are ready to drive. Check your dashboard light one last time before you clear the codes. Drop a comment if your security light is still flashing.